In the tangled bramble of your thoughts where shadows twist and swell, you stumble upon a splinter, a crack etched within the mirror of self, revealing a flickering doubt, quiet yet insistent, whispering a truth you dare not entertain, that perhaps, just perhaps, you are not the architect you claim to be. The story, embroidered with love and care, once a cherished tapestry, now hangs heavy upon your shoulders, an age-old heirloom rusted by the patina of time. Confined by the weight of expectation, you wonder if this self is but a conjured tale spun from fragile words and fleeting moments. Could it merely be a ripple upon the serene surface of a pond, skimming the edges of something vast and unfathomable? Beneath that surface, the still water waits, patient, abiding, untouched by the clamor of identity. It invites you, implores you to plunge deeper, to navigate the uncharted depths where sunlight falters and silence reigns. As you draw near, behold the unfolding of the myth of self, a delicate exhalation of mist at dawn, curling and dissipating in the gentle light. Here lies an invitation to surrender, to disrobe the worn garments of societal names and labels, to shed the burdensome tales etched in stone. Close your eyes and listen. The currents beneath the surface murmur wisdom, echoing the illusion of separateness. Can you feel it? A womb of light, embracing the fragments of who you are, weaving them into the fabric of existence. For in the depths where clarity reigns and shadows are mere whispers, you find fragments of the forgotten, joy intertwined with sorrow, love interlaced with fear, all part of the beautiful chaos of being. Dare to dive into that embrace. Let the cool water envelop you, washing away the dust of judgment and expectation. Discover that here in the depths the true essence of you lies not clothed in identity but free as the currents themselves. In this stillness you become one with the eternal dance, surrendering to the unfolding, flowing freely like the water, unconfined by boundaries or guise. So remember, dear soul, the journey within is a sacred pilgrimage, each splinter, each crack, a portal to wholeness, beckoning you to delve deeper into the vast expanse of the self, where the dawn breaks anew with every breath you take. You take a breath, deep and full, feeling the weight of the mask that clings with sweaty certainty. It clings too close to your skin as if your body has adopted it, but it suffocates with a silent squeeze. This mask, worn for the approval of others and your own fractured reflections, eclipses the light of authenticity. You peel away the edges, carefully. Each removal reveals another layer hidden beneath, a kaleidoscope of roles played, shifting shades of who you thought you should be. The deepest question emerges like bubbles in still water. Is it fear or freedom that lies in this softening of your facade? With every layer stripped away, the heaviness begins to lift, revealing the tender underbelly of your being, raw and quaking like the morning earth after rain, awakening to the gentle nudge of warmth. In this tender state, you discover that essence flows not as a solid, not bound by brick or stone, but as fluid as water in the stream, dancing over pebbles, shimmering in the sunlight. You remember, in heartbeats and silent moments, how to surrender to this primal essence where the boundaries of self dissolve into a gentle swirl, rebirthed anew in fluidity. As you stand there, vulnerable and exposed, the realization washes over you like a cooling brook caressing your feet in summer's quiet heat. To hide, to veil, this is to negate the true work of being, to bind yourself in shadows where light cannot play. And yet, there is liberation tucked gently within the act of peeling away these masks. With every fade released into the ether, what remains is a boundless expanse of possibility, an echo of laughter in the form of acceptance. For those masks, although designed to protect, are but illusions drawn in light, fragile, fleeting, like threads of gossamer in the dawn. In the stillness you embrace your own rawness, welcoming it like a warm breeze, letting it envelop you, inviting it in when once you would have turned away. You are not defined by the myriad disguises worn, but by the beautiful essentiality that emerges, fully present and wholly alive, in the act of unveiling. In this place of authenticity, you find yourself cradled in peace, ready to dance boldly in the open spaces of your truth. Childhood echoes rise like whispers on the wind, wrapping around you like the soft embrace of twilight, each memory a feather-light stroke against your heart. Can you feel them? The laughter cascading like water, the tears shimmering like rain, a time when you were unformed, a formless spirit dancing upon the edges of discovery. There was a vastness then, an exhilarating expanse painted by imagination's brush, where dreams soared like kites in a boundless sky, fluttering freely without the weight of expectation. Yet these memories, as buoyant as they may seem, have woven shadows that stretch across the landscape of your mind, a gentle haunting from a time that seems both close and distant, a ghost whispering secrets you once knew. You stand before this specter and recognize the longing wrapped in its embrace, each remnant of innocence a reminder of the light you sought, a flicker in the dark that refuses to be extinguished. As you listen to the symphony of innocence calling your name, its melody tugs at something buried deep within, urging you to rediscover the joy that flourished amidst the chaos of childhood. Can you recall the sweet delight of pure possibility? The kaleidoscope of endless choices, where you were not labeled but celebrated, where the world was an open book inviting you to scribble your own story. It is here, in the fragments of those moments, that the truth of your being resides, shimmering like sunlight on the surface of a clear pond. Embrace that child within. Let their laughter echo in the chambers of your heart, letting go of the layers of self you've collected like autumn leaves, all the truths that have weighed you down. For the essence of who you are is not a fortress built from walls of fear and doubt, but a nest cradled safely among the trees, a sanctuary of existence that sways gently in the breeze of now. Here, in this sacred space, the past and the present entwine like vines, nurturing the seeds of curiosity that urge you to explore, to play, to simply be. Now, the shadow grins knowingly, waiting at the edges of your perception, a specter cloaked in the silken darkness of untold truths, whispering echoes of what you've long cast aside. You glance askance, the heart catches in your throat, for this face, the one you dare not fully meet, holds the keys to your hidden stories, buried guilt, smoldering rage, soft desires, all tucked away like fragile relics, intricate mosaics obscured by the fog of denial. In the quiet recesses of your soul, a dance begins. Pieces of you stir from their twilight corners, and although fear tightens its grip, the invitation remains clear. This shadow is no foe lurking in the dark, but a mirror reflecting the many facets of your being, radiating the shadows you wished to ignore. Every unspoken word, every neglected dream, rising up like gentle waves lapping at the shore of your heart. Can you hear their whispers? They call for recognition, for the acceptance that blooms in the warmth of integration. In this embrace of the whole, you begin to remember the truth that you are both light and dark, a paradox embodied. As you venture into this reflection, feel the light of understanding wash over you like morning dew, cool against your skin, illuminating the unseen places where essence intertwines in a cosmic dance, no longer divided, stripped of judgment or fear. Allow the waters to merge, let the brilliance of your vulnerability emerge. In this sacred convergence, liberation unfurls, not as a conquest of the shadow, but as the tender acceptance of the shadow, but as the tender acceptance of all that is yours to bear. You breathe deeply, embracing the richness of your own humanity, for you are neither one nor the other, not just the sunlit paths adorned with beauty, nor solely the darkened trails that feel forbidding. You exist in the union of both, and in this dance of paradox find your peace. The shadow, once a source of dread, now hums in harmony, a loving partner in the eternal waltz of existence. In the gentle weaving of light and dark, you stand whole, a radiant tapestry of being, unwavering and free. In silence, you sink into the essence of being, a gentle unfolding where the chaos of the mind meets the stillness of the heart. It is here that you awaken to your facelessness, an expansive emptiness that cradles you as a vast night sky holds the shimmering stars, each twinkling possibility devoid of labels, of burdens. You exhale the weight of identity and feel a ripple of relief, like the calming lap of water upon a tranquil shore, echoing the timeless pulse of existence, vibrant, alive, a symphony of now. Within this sacred quiet, the cacophony recedes into the background, fading like the distant clatter of toys forgotten in a sun-drenched attic. You sense it, the underlying hum of all that is, a resonant vibration that dances through your veins, swirling and whispering tales of time and space, of the ephemeral nature of thought. As the self dissolves, shrinking beneath the warm glare of awareness, you find yourself lost in the expanse, cradled in the arms of the universe. How simple it is, you realize, to merely exist, to breathe, to feel, to witness without the weight of expectation pressing heavy upon your chest. In this blessed stillness, the flurry of your desires and obligations fades like the petals of a wilting flower. No longer do you clench tightly to rigid outlines or fearful demands. You are free to flow like the river, meandering unobstructed through the wilds of your own heart. A soft wing touches your heart, the tender embrace of acceptance wrapping around you like incense-filled air in a sacred temple, each breath deepening the intimacy of this rare moment. Then a whisper, gentle and profound, glistens in the silence, reassuring and wise. It speaks not in words but in the gentle language of knowing, beneath the surface of thought. You were never meant to be contained within the narrow corridors of definitions or dreams. You are a vast sky, an untouched sea, unbound by the weight of expectation. In this moment, you stand at the edge of perception, where lines drawn in sand melt beneath gentle tides, like fleeting thoughts caught in the rain's soft embrace. Fading, fading, becomes the illusion of distance, as the whispers of wind carry secrets from the vastness, reminding you that boundaries are but shadows, dancing lightly upon the surface of a greater truth. What if you are not a solitary being, fixed in time and space, but part of the flowing river that bends and redirects? Each current shapes you, every swirl is a part of your essence, molding you into new forms as you flow, and you realize you are. Feel your heartbeat synchronize with the pulse of the world, the gentle rhythm of existence merging with your breath, like waves lapping at the shore, intimate in their touch. You are woven into the fabric of this beautiful symphony, the oscillation of light and shadow creating resonant waves. Let go of those rigid definitions that once contained you, for they are but dry leaves swept away on the breeze. In this boundlessness, where every moment becomes fresh, treasures glimmering in the sunlight of new beginnings. You meet the world anew, each interaction a dance, each gaze an invitation. You are not a spectator. You are the very movement, the euphoria of becoming, the laughter of a star on its journey. Delight in this return to a state of fluid wonder, where existence reveals itself as both light and shadow, an unbroken circle of connection and release. You carve your path in the flow, and the world welcomes you wholly, unreservedly, as you embrace your role in this cosmic choreography. This is the liberation of recognizing your wholeness, the beautiful truth that you are not fixed but ever-changing, a dance with no end and no beginning, just the eternal rhythm of being, the sacred heartbeat of. Under the caress of moonlight, the night whispers tales untold, where archetypes beckon from the shadows, their laughter a gentle echo in the stillness. Here, in this sacred space untouched by time, wisdom flickers like the stars above, each figure a luminous thread woven into the fabric of your heart. The warrior stands firm, a guardian of courage, while the lover sways softly, breathing warmth into the cool air. And there, the sage sits in quietude, serenity radiating like a lamp in the dark, illuminating the path before you. You are drawn to their dance, this eternal waltz of existence twirling in graceful chiaroscuro, and as you linger on the edge of participation, an awakening stirs. You perceive, in a quiet revelation, that you are not merely one, you are the many, an orchestra composed of myriad voices. Like forests that stretch endlessly, each tree a possibility, you harbor a wealth of potentials waiting to unfurl, roots entwined beneath the surface, silently harmonizing. As the heavens expand, you are reminded that the dark sky is not a void but a canvas, vast and inviting, holding stories of your unfolding. And gaze now, closely, every guise you've worn is but a shimmering veil, a playful costume swaying in the gentle breeze. With each role assumed you have hid from the truth of your essence, which remains pure, like a vast lake reflecting the infinite cosmos above. In this luminous gathering, you recognize that beneath the layers of identity lies a boundless well of light. In the stillness, every facet of you is a constellation, a gathering of intimate stars, each a chance waiting to be born anew. What if you could dance freely in the moon's embrace, letting go of the weight of expectation? Laughter erupts like a spring bubbling forth, a sound so pure it can only be the earth herself exhaling, a celestial joy that spills freely into the air, where it pirouettes in playful abandon. You can feel its warmth wrap around you, encircling like the gentle embrace of a lover, filling the quiet corners of your spirit with echoes of rapture and light. In this moment your worries dissolve as the laughter leaps forth, an uncontained energy that vibrates with every pulse of existence, reminding you that joy, in its truest form, is the song of the universe, ever flowing, ever alive. In that laughter, a revelation unfurls, a soft dawning within your core, illuminating the shadows of isolation that once clung to you like a shroud. You come to recognize that this mirth is not exclusive. It is an universal thread binding all souls, a collective giggle woven into the fabric of creation itself. Each chuckle and guffaw that rises like incense to the heavens reveals the great jest of separation, a playful trick our minds have crafted, an illusion meant to stir the heart toward connection rather than distance. The nature of your being transforms before your eyes, shifting into something as harmonious as a symphony, a joyous song resonating in perfect pitch with every heartbeat. You tune into that chorus and find yourself swept into its rhythm, each note a reminder of your connection to every life that pulses around you. It flows without source, echoing in all directions. The universe itself becomes the choir, prompting your spirit to dance as if no boundaries exist, only unity and celebration. And in the surrender, the gentle loosening of the grip on authorship, you feel the shackles of expectation fall away. The need to craft a story, to curate an identity, melts into the fabric of the laughter that cradles you. You realize that the true essence of existence is not locked within the confines of fear, nor buried beneath the weight of the past. It emerges with every exhalation of mirth. This dance, this unencumbered joy, becomes not just your truth, but the heartbeat of the cosmos. Now you find that the watcher, once so firm in distinction, begins to fade like the soft glow of a dying ember, its essence melting into the fluid fabric of existence. The observer recedes, leaving behind a gentle space, a sanctuary woven from the thread of awareness, where no edges remain to separate you from the flow of life itself. As you stand in quietude, awe-enveloped, you notice how presence unfurls, each breath pulling you deeper into the vibrant dance of being. You are no longer merely a spectator seated at the edge, but a participant, woven into the very heart of this rich tapestry. Judgment and expectation, those invisible chains that once wrapped around your spirit, dissolve in the warmth of acceptance, leaving the essence of pure experiencing. You feel the deep layers of existence whisper sweet truths, the pulse of the earth beneath your feet, the caress of the wind as it curls playfully through your hair, the distant laughter of children weaving through the air like delicate threads. In this communion, the noise of thoughts quiets, surrendering to the symphony of the moment. The chatter quiets, leaving only the melodious heartbeat of life. Embracing this stillness, you feel it wrap around you like an old and beloved friend, one who has returned from epochs long past, cradling the essence of home within its embrace. In this cocoon, the very fabric of your ego, stitched from self-attachments and fear, softens into a gentle weave of being, unencumbered and free. Here, in this sacred union, the duality of self and other dissolves like mist before the morning sun, revealing the interconnectedness that flows beneath every breath. You begin to recognize the watcher was never a separate entity. Rather, it was a playful breeze, the delicate whisper of awareness reminding you of your inherent wholeness. It nudges you softly toward this freedom where labels and identities blur, where the river of existence flows seamlessly through the valley of your heart. With this realization, you sense that you are both the wave rising and the ocean holding its depth, embracing the cosmic dance, relinquishing the notion of isolation, and stepping into the light of boundless presence. And here, at this dawning hour of revelation, you find only this, your breath, gentle and unwavering, like the leaf that drifts upon the water's surface, surrendering to the flow, learning the art of yielding, gliding along the languid dance of a stream winding through the world. The sky expands above you, vast and unconfined, a tapestry of endless blues and wispy whites. In its grandeur you gauge your own insignificance, and yet it cradles your essence, welcoming you without reservation. Each moment, a gift too pristine to squander, stretches before you like an untouched canvas, waiting for the brush of existence to make its mark in myriad colors. In this sacred revelation, as your spirit lifts toward the infinite, you witness the myth of self dissolving like wisps of fog, unspooling into the ether as memories of who you thought you were dissipate. Left behind is an unburdened, sweet simplicity. The whisper of existence wraps around you, tender and profound. In this realization, you see, you are neither the droplet who splashes upon the surface, leaving ripples in its wake, nor the grand ocean stretching to the horizon. You are the very falling, the letting go, the dance of moments colliding and interweaving, illuminating the sacred heartbeat of the universe. In this truth lies liberation. It is the soft sigh of being in harmony, the quiet revolution of surrender that sets you free. Each heartbeat, each breath unfolds like petals opening in the warm embrace of dawn, yearning for nothing, simply being, revealing the profound beauty of existence. Barefoot beneath the boundless sky, you feel the earth's essence pulse through you. Every blade of grass, every grain of sand, becomes part of your being, a thread woven into the great tapestry of all. In this great embrace of wholeness, you breathe in the union of all that is. In the gentle act of letting go, you discover that you are complete, whole, and wondrously free, a vibrant thread upon the loom of creation, dancing with the rhythm of existence, celebrating the perfection stitched into the fabric of now.